Hi there folks, we're here at the UK Games Expo. I've been on the Asmodee stand and I've been lucky enough to be joined by Joe, who's one of the designers behind Star Wars Unlimited. You guys have been going from strength to strength with this game. There seem to just be expansions out the wazoo coming up for this. So for anyone who's not familiar with the game though, could you sort of like give us a brief overview of what Star Wars Unlimited is, sort of how it plays and things like that?
Yeah, of course. Star Wars Unlimited is a trading card game based on the Star Wars universe. We've been around for a little over a year now, and that means we have put out 4 sets, soon to be our 5th. Every different set has a different focus from your favorite parts around. So the set 1 was about the Foundations and like the original trilogy. Then we dabbled into like bounty hunters, then the prequels. Then this one was all about space battles. And now the next one, Legends of the Force. This one was my baby, and it's all about Force users, all different parts. So if you like the sequels, you like Clone Wars, you like the High Republic, if you like some of the old Legends content, that's all in this set.
Is that kind of like your favorite bit then, the Force users and stuff in Star Wars?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I'm a sucker for Jedi and Sith and lightsaber fights, and now you can like recreate that in the game, and it's really satisfying.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your favorite Jedi and who's your favorite Sith?
Favorite Jedi.
Or Grey Jedi, maybe somewhere in between. Is that a term that we still use, I guess, in the extended? Oh, I don't know. But
I'm not sure if it's still used, but easy answer for Jedi is probably Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. Just so fun to see the character arc in all the different eras. Sith is a little harder. Darth Maul. Darth Maul is so cool. Like the first, being a 10-year-old in that theater and watching that double lightsaber turn on, one of the best. It changed me.
It was very, very cool. And he looks even better with his mechanical legs as well, I always think. So So how does sort of like gameplay work for Star Wars Unlimited? Because it's a 2-player game, isn't it? So
Yes. Well, the main game is a 2-player game. We do have a 4-player mode, but the basic gameplay is you take action by action. Unlike many other card games where you take an entire turn, you only get to do one thing, and then your opponent gets to do one thing, and then you repeat back and forth. You'll build up resources over the turns, which you will use to spend on cards. So as the game goes on, you'll get to play bigger and splashier cards. And you are working on attacking your opponent's base. First base to reach 0 loses. And every deck has a leader, which is always in play, giving you some kind of ability. And then at a certain point in the game, you can flip your leader and they enter the battle. So if you love Boba Fett, he's one of the leaders in the Jump to Lightspeed Spotlight decks. If you love Qui-Gon Jinn, he's in Legends of the Force as one of the Spotlight decks. And he's my favorite deck. He's so much fun.
Very cool. Yeah, and so as you were saying, you've got loads of different ways for people to get into it, because you obviously started with the kind of the Age of Rebellion. You had Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader was in the first set. That's expanded into a couple more dual decks over the last couple of years, well, the year or so, isn't it? So what's in those couple of decks that people can get their hands on?
Yeah, so every deck has a leader and some cards that are exclusive to that deck. One, they're really good starting points for new players to see what a new set is about, what the new mechanics in that set are, and try out the game for the first time. But they also give more entrenched players some exclusive cards that they are harder to get otherwise. So, for example, Boba Fett is exclusive to this starter pack, or the Spotlight deck. And then a card like this, No Disintegrations, iconic line from the movie, is exclusive to this deck as well. Yeah.
So it's sort of tied into the characters, which is a quite nice way of doing it. So.
Yeah, we try to make them very thematic as well as good gameplay experiences. The first year, sets 1, 2, and 3, we made them more beginner-friendly experiences, paired 2 decks with each other that were thematic over strength. But now in year 2, we've got a nice fan base going. We wanted to have players have good starting points if they go to their local shop and play a game against others. These decks should do a little bit better competitively. There's still like a thematic through line, but there might be a few odd cards that are like, you know what, this works really well mechanically with the leader. Maybe it's not the most thematic, but we want to prioritize that gameplay experience now.
So you were saying, obviously, you quite enjoyed doing the Force user stuff, and that's been kind of like what you've been looking at and focusing on at the moment. What have been some of the like really fun key things that have come out of development that you thought that just works so well, or like you sat it down with in front of players and they've gone, oh my god, I can't believe that this kind of works and these combos all fit together really nicely? What sort of like hit out for you?
Yeah, there was a lot of that in Legends of the Force. So that's the new set coming out in July, and the new mechanic in that set is the Force. So we have cards now that have the text "Use the Force" on them, and it's really satisfying to see that. The way that works is you have to gain the Force by attacking with your Force traded units, and then you can spend it later one at a time, and it kind of creates this ebb and flow, which one is really satisfying because it kind of gives you a setup and then you feel an impactful payoff. But two, it feels pretty thematic because you can kind of feel it like coming and going, almost like you're meditating and then like using the abilities. And it's really fun to see new players and more entrenched players use it in different ways. The other thing that came to mind as a more funny answer to that question is when I had new players playtesting the Spotlight decks for Legends of the Force, everyone's favorite card was the Porgs.
I love that they've managed to work their way into the game. That's great.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're super fun. They're really silly, and you can still use them in decks and like be pretty effective. A lot of people love to make just a pile of Porgs, have like one giant unit that's maybe 7/7, which is really big, but it's just a giant pile of Porgs.
How did your base get destroyed? Porgs.
Yes.
Porgs destroyed my base. Very
Forget
cool.
Darth Maul, it was the Porgs.
So if people are coming here to the UK Games Expo this year, what can they expect when they come over to the stand to sort of start playing Star Wars Unlimited?
Yeah, we have a bunch of different demos available. So we have the Spotlight decks from the last set, Jump to Lightspeed, that's what's in front of us here now. We have demos available for Twin Suns, which is our multiplayer format. So you can sit down with 4 players. It's a little bit more chaotic and fun, whereas the 1-to-1 version can be a little bit more like competitive focused. Twin Suns is a blast. It works really well, and you have to play around the table. The first person who get eliminated ends the round at the end of that phase. So the game isn't just over for you and you have to wait around for 20 minutes if you're knocked out. So everyone has to think carefully, like, if I knock him out, the game ends and I'm in second place. So I have to kind of protect that guy.
I did wonder how you were going to kind of play with the mechanics a little bit to kind of like make that so it's fairer for everyone.
Yeah, so it kind of becomes a little self-balancing where all of a sudden you make these like uneasy allyships with someone who is maybe attacking your base the turn before. And it becomes good, fun, like kind of table talk.
You could say that you found a balance in the Force. Oh, very good. Yes. We also have some pretty awesome stuff that you guys have got here at the convention as well. So we have Darth Tyrannus. Oh my God. Can you tell us a little bit about this and sort of how people can get their hands on it?
Yeah, so if you come by our booth and you play a demo with us, you will be able to get one of these cards. We'll also be here, John and I, the designers of Legends of the Force, signing these or any other cards that you might want to bring in. And you can play designer duels against us too. If you bring a deck from home, you can try to beat one of us and probably beat one of us. But
see how it comes out on top. It's always the curse of the designer that you lose most of your games, I guess. But
yeah, here and there. It's there are some really good players out there, and it's really fun to see that. But yeah, no, come by. This card is really strong. It's really fun, and the artwork, well, it's beautiful.
Can you share any sneaky things about what you guys have got on the horizon? Any sort of teasers, perhaps, or ideas that you'd love to see, maybe?
I will say that Set 7, which is not yet announced, was also a John and I project.
Oh, okay.
So if you like Legends of the Force, you're going to like that one too. We're really proud of it, and it changes the game in a big way because we have our rotation start then. So sets 1, 2, and 3 will be removed for Premiere. You can still play them in our Eternal format, but the Premiere format changes a lot, and we're really satisfied with where it landed.
So you've got plenty of plans for Star Wars Unlimited for the rest of the future, so yeah.
Oh yeah, we're working on this for at least a year plus in advance. We've got sets in development that are way down the line, and we are in it for the long run.
I was going to say, you've not got any shortage of stuff from Star Wars Universe to dive into and have fun with. So
no, and it's great whenever a new show or video game is released, we're watching it and be like, that's a card.
Do you do a Leonardo DiCaprio moment and go, hold on a second, I could do that?
100%, yes. I got this job after, or just before Jedi Survivor came out, and one of my favorite games. And playing that, I just stopped and screenshotted all the time. I'm like, I gotta remember that. I gotta remember that. That's a good card.
I've recently just been playing Outlaws, and I'd really love to see some stuff from that. Unless it already is in there, maybe? Is it in there yet? Oh, maybe, possibly?
It's a matter of when, not if. So.
Yes. Haha. Take that as well. Well, thank you very much for taking us through Star Wars Unlimited. Obviously, if you want to come and do some demos and stuff here at the show, you can come and talk to the designers and sort of play the game and have some fun with it. Maybe get yourself one of these lovely promo cards as well, which is always nice. Love a little promo card. Get it signed as well. That makes it even better. Get it signed on the actual card itself, not the sleeve. Don't do that. That was a mistake I made once. Nope. No. I was like, where has it gone? Oh my God. But yes, absolutely fantastic stuff. I think I might be buying some Star Wars Unlimited. Yeah, I'm going to be poor. But yes, brilliant stuff here from these guys. Make sure to come check them out here at the show. It is just through the Hall 3A entrance, so you'll see it immediately as you step into the room. Make sure to watch the rest of the videos in the live blog and over on the live stream, and we'll catch you guys in the near future. Bye for now.